Hello there. So this is a little find that I got from Akihabara today. So it looks like a phone that you might be familiar with. So it's got one of these Touch ID power buttons. It also has a camera up here, power button. Also has a volume control that we're all familiar with. But you know, there seems to be an audio jack missing up here, and you know, there's actually a dual camera up here. Huh. This looks a little bit unfamiliar. What is this? So it turns out it appears to be a mock-up for the iPhone 7 Plus, which is, as of today, not announced yet. Actually, if you look around on YouTube, you'll find a bunch of reviews of iPhone 7 Pluses and iPhone 7s. They actually have the Apple logo on here and the iPhone writing and such, and they'll go into the differences between the current generation of iPhones and what they found in this mock-up. I could go through that route, but rather than doing that, I think I'll actually go into looking at the mock-up as a mock-up. So yeah, that's what we'll do today. Yeah, so another thing I'll go into in this video is actually trying to take apart this mock-up. The probably inside is nothing really interesting, but I haven't seen any other mock-up reviews actually taking the mock-up apart, so I guess I'll go ahead and try and see what's inside as well. So first of all, this is actually my first time that I have got my hands on one of these mock-ups. So there might be some things that seem obvious for people that's actually seen these in the past, but for me, they were. I was actually impressed with how well these mock-ups were actually made. So first of all, if you actually can hear this button is actually working, and that same goes for the volume buttons, as you can actually hear them clicking. And this little rocker switch over here, I mean, it doesn't really go back and forth really well, but kind of sort of works. And of course the power button works as well. I guess one thing that they kind of skimped on was the SIM cover, which is just a little engraving, or just a little cut into the body of the mock-up. I presume this to be some kind of metal construction as well. And yeah, looking at the camera itself actually does look like an actual camera. I mean, it's not, but the attention to detail in this mock-up actually did make me a little bit surprised. And the flash actually is a little bit offset, so there you can tell it's actually just a mock-up. Yeah, so the camera over here is a little bit off-center, so I guess they could have done a little bit better job there. Yeah, so I was actually pretty impressed with the fact they actually use screws that look just like the actual screws that they used on iPhones. It's a penelope screw. It looks like a star. They actually go into quite a bit of details on the mock-ups. So I was actually pretty impressed. Yeah, it's pretty cool. I guess some of the lame parts, I guess I really shouldn't say lame, but some obvious mock-up type things that you'll notice is that hard time focusing there, but yeah, this is supposedly the antenna, but you can see it's just scratched off. So just paint of some sort, whatever it is, just came off. You can actually see a little piece missing there as well. Alright, so let's look at some of the parts that can tell you that it's obviously a mock-up. First of all, I think you can see in this inside this part, it's just a white piece of plastic, which is probably the same stuff as the front panel itself. Another thing, if you look a little bit inside of this port right here. You don't really see any electronics and such, obviously, because it's a mock-up. So yeah, from those kind of little parts, you can tell it's actually a mock-up. It'll be interesting to see how it looks when we actually try to pry this apart. So yeah, the other part that is actually pretty interesting is that they actually have this screen protector film that they actually have in those new products on this mock-up as well. I guess attention to details here as well. Alright, I guess we'll start taking this mock-up apart and see what is in there. So, I actually have a iPhone taking apart toolkit, so I guess I'll try using this mock-up as well. So, let's see what I need. First of all, I'm going to use this pendulum bit to take these two screws off. Then probably use this suction cup. If this actually opens like a regular iPhone, I'm going to have to use this suction cup, stick it onto the front face of the iPhone, and if I pull this up, the cover should come off. So who knows how this is going to go. I'm just going to give it a shot. So, yeah, first of all, I'm going to get the screw out. Wow. Okay. Hee. Yeah, the screw's not coming out. Yeah, come on. Ooh, nice. So yeah, the screw is already stripped. That's awesome. That's wonderful. Alright. I'm going to take a look at this a little more closely. Okay, so after a little bit of fighting, I've actually... Here it goes. It seems like I've been able to open the mock-up apart. So it seems like here we have the metal backplate, and this is what is basically a mock of the LCD. I am hoping that's not a big piece of lead in there. I'm hoping that's a piece of iron or something, but this is probably just the weight to adjust the actual weight of the mock-up to be something similar to the actual weight of the iPhone itself. So I seriously hope that's not lead. So what seemed to be the screws for the iPhone were actually not screws, but they were just plastic molded to look like screws. So yeah, they paid quite a bit of attention to make it look real, but they weren't actually real screws. So basically this piece was just nudged into the bottom like so to look like actual screws, but they're just plastic. That's why they just stripped, or they seem like they stripped. So yeah, this I'm hoping is, at least from the sound of it, and the feel, and the fact that it's not leaving any marks when I tap at it, I'm guessing it's a piece of iron or something. So yeah, if this was actually a piece of lead, from the thickness and the size of this, it would probably weigh a lot more, so it's probably safe to think this is just a piece of iron, but it really doesn't look clean, so I probably don't want to touch it in any case. So here you go. I was hoping there might be something a little more interesting inside of this mock-up, but yeah, it's just actually a piece of plastic with some buttons which are pretty convincing how they press down. So yeah, it seems like there's a little piece of membrane in there that basically, ooh, that button's falling off. That basically simulates this tactile feel of a button. So yeah, it's not bad actually. What I thought was a membrane that was against the button is actually this little piece of metal that just bounces right back when you push at it. I'm not really familiar how the internals of a real iPhone is like, but it might possibly be how iPhone switches are implemented, maybe. But in any case, they actually have like a real button feel to it when you actually press down on them. So yeah, that's a lot of attention to details, actually. Pretty impressive. Yeah, overall, I'm actually impressed how well this thing was made. Of course, on the inside, it's nothing really interesting, but yeah, actually, looking at that, probably quality control mark or something, this piece probably is what's going to be used in the real product. So, yeah, this side definitely not going to be the real product, but at least for this metal plate for the back side of the iPhone might actually be the real thing. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed this mock-up teardown. So yeah, that's about it. Thanks a lot for watching. If you like this video, please give me a like. If you're interested in seeing more videos, please subscribe to the channel. Once again, thanks a lot for watching. I hope you tune in again. Thank you very much.